Are you stuck in a cycle of like negativity, self-doubt, and you're constantly overthinking things? Imagine if you can completely reprogram and rewire your brain in the next 30 days. And all it takes is a pen and a notebook. This isn't just your typical journaling. It's actually a life transformative journaling framework that's backed by science, and it's designed to help you break free from toxic thought patterns, a shift in mindset, and help you take control over your life. Stick with me because at the end of this video, you'll have a simple step-by-step framework that will help you transform your life. Let's dive in. If it sounds like I'm whispering, I actually am. It's 3 o'clock in the morning, East Coast, and I can't stop thinking. I am overthinking things, especially because we're going into New Year's Eve and we're entering a new year. And although, yes, I've worked really hard this past year, there are still thoughts that I struggle with. And because I'm thinking about all these things, I wanted to share this with you guys. And it's what I am doing and what I like to do. I did some videos this year about rewiring our brain, and I did a 21-day brain detox. I can go ahead and put the playlist up above. And I took you through the notions and the process of me going through that 21-day brain detox. And it's a book that I use. It's by Dr. Caroline Leaf. I think it's Caroline. Yeah, Caroline Leaf. It's a book that teaches you how to actually rewire your thinking and turn your toxic thought patterns into positive thoughts and attach to behaviors that will solidify those positive thoughts. So now I am journaling, and I was journaling tonight because I really want to go into 2025 just feeling clear in my mind, and I wanted kind of to shut out all those negative thoughts that I was experiencing since I put my kids down to sleep. So yes, I went ahead and started journaling in my notebook that I actually designed, and this is my anthem: pray, believe, learn, and execute today. We must always pray. At least me as a woman of God, I always try to seek to pray first and believe in what God can do in my life. And you need to believe in what God can do in your life, but also believe in what you can do. Believe in your own power to get things done and execute. Learn. It's very important that every single day, not only are we praying and we're believing, but we're learning as much as we can about our skills, learning how to do different things and mastering our craft and just getting some knowledge into our minds. And of course, execution. You can learn all you want, but if you do not execute and on the things that you need to do so that it can actually move you and propel you forward closer to your actually achieving the goals that you've set out for yourself and the targets, then nothing's going to happen. So execution is like crucial. Pray, believe, learn, and execute today. But let me go ahead and show you what I wrote. And I went ahead and created just a quick guide that you can go ahead and download on the description down below. It's completely free. And it takes you through this framework. And so what it is that the first step when you start journaling is to bring things into awareness. You cannot fight what you cannot see. If there is an enemy in your mind and it's a toxic thought, you cannot fight it off unless you can see it. So you need to bring toxic thoughts into awareness. How do you do that? Start writing down. As soon as you start writing down the bad thoughts that you are struggling with, just make sure you write them down, even if it's in the form of a list, but write them all down, put it all on paper and reread it so that you can bring it to you can be really conscious of it. Sometimes we know it's there, but we're really not paying attention to how they're influencing how we're behaving and how we're going about our day. That's step number 1 when you start journaling. Step number 2 is when you start reframing those toxic thoughts. So now that you're aware of the toxic thought that you're thinking, for example, I don't know if I'm going to be able to achieve XYZ in 2025. Then how you reframe that, especially if you're Christian, you're a Christian woman of faith, you can start writing down some Bible verses that can help you reframe that thought. So right on that section right here, on that section where it's renewal and reframing, you would write a Bible verse. And in my case, I wrote, I can do all things in Christ who strengthens me. And then if I've made it this far, I can achieve more. So just confirming that each thing, each self-doubt, each moment of self-doubt, or everything that I've written under the toxic thoughts, just go ahead and replace it with a new thought. And that new thought needs to be a fact. And it is a fact that you can always do better. It is a fact that you can be successful, but it's all up to you and the actions that you take. Now we're going to move on to step number 3, which is when you start actively thinking and you start visualizing. So in that section, you're going to start writing down basically how you see yourself when you are doing that thing that you really want to do. So for example, let's say I don't like looking in the mirror because I am not happy with my weight. And that's one of the biggest toxic thoughts that I battle with every day, right? So what I'm going to visualize is start visualizing that me that is getting up every morning, going to the gym, and I take myself through the motions of how am I going to feel? I'm going to feel empowered. I'm going to feel healthy. I'm going to feel joyful. I'm going to feel, how is that going to impact my relationships? I'm going to be more open because I'm going to have some joy. I'm going to be more open to hugging and being affectionate and things like that. So it does impact, our thoughts do impact how we treat others and treat ourselves. Now, step number 4, we're going to start writing down something very specific. You've probably heard this tons of times. It's the act of writing at least 3 things that you're grateful for. But I want you to understand, when you are focusing your thoughts on gratitude, that is considered emotional regulation. You are regulating your emotion. Why? Because you are grabbing your thoughts and you're focusing, you're forcing yourself to think about the things that you are grateful for. What are you grateful for? I'm grateful for my family, my home, my career. Just think about all the things that you're grateful for. And not even all, if you can't think of 5, just 2 will do. But write them down and read them. I sometimes have to reread some of these things over and over again, just as a way of emphasizing it to myself. And now we've arrived at step number 5 of this journaling framework, which is your daily action step. It's where you are going to write down what you're going to do, because you want whatever it is, however it is that you want to feel, your behavior needs to align to that emotion. For instance, if you have a thought, all moms do, and put a comment down below. Let me know if this is you. As a mom, we always feel like it's never enough. I didn't spend enough time with my son. I didn't spend enough time with my daughter. I didn't do this. I didn't do that. And it's always this complex of not doing enough for our children. So in this actionable step, part of this journaling framework, what I'm going to write down is exactly how I am planning to spend the next day with my children. What are we going to do? First night, this is what I do. 9 a.m., we're going to wake up, we're going to have breakfast. Then we're going to read together. Then we're going to start homeschooling. Then we're going to create a puzzle or drawing or something that can allow us to connect and talk. And then I continue to write down everything that I'm going to do with my children. Go to the park, go for a walk, go for a car drive, you name it. You need to write down that action that you want to take, not just for the sake of like you're planning your day, but because you want to align those feelings. You want to fight back. You want to fight back those toxic thoughts that keep bringing you down. Like the whole not good enough complex, that doesn't help you in any way. So the way that what we do and what this whole process, this framework is helping you do is you're fighting back all those negative thoughts, and you're doing it with action. You're doing it with redirecting your thoughts in the right direction. I hope this video was helpful. If you want to go ahead and download the guide so that you can do this, exactly what I have here on my notebook, go ahead and go click on the link down below, and I prepared that for you, and then it gives you an explanation of what is the goal, what is the purpose, and what is the action that you need to take within each section. It's a total of 5 sections. I hope this video was helpful, and I'll see you on the next video. God bless.